At the time of the purchase, there is an agreement between the hire seller and hire purchaser. If the hire purchaser is not in a position to pay any installment, he may terminate the agreement and say that the goods can be returned to the hire seller. Hire purchaser account data to interest account. First installment bank account data to hire purchaser account. By depreciation 10% on this 3725. The balance carried down is 33,525. Hello my dear student, I am Dr. B.S. Subramanya, called by name Dr. B.S.S., Professor in Commerce and Management, Vidhyaashram First Grade College at Temple of Excellence, MYSURU. In this session, I am going to hand Advanced Financial Accounting, second semester Unit 2, Session 1 in favor of accounting for hire purchase. I am going to explain what is hire purchase system, what are the contents are. This is a second unit of second semester. First unit is single entry, second unit is accounting for hire purchase. We'll move on. First, we have to understand what you mean by hire purchase system. Hire purchase system is a system of purchase under which the possession of the goods is offered by the seller to the buyer immediately on the condition that the price of the goods should be paid by the purchaser in a certain installment, and the legal ownership of the goods will be passed on to hire purchaser only after the last installment is paid. So it is a credit system where the goods pass on the date of the down payment. So there are two parties are there. One is called hire purchaser and is called the hire seller. When the down payment is made, on the date of the down payment, goods passes from seller to the buyer. Buyer is not the owner, so they have to pay the number of installment. Assume that they paid the down payment and they will ask you to pay the remaining balance in 3 installment with interest. So every installment is going to pay principal money plus interest, principal money plus interest, principal money, interest. So till the last installment is paid, only the leadership of the goods will pass, only last installment is paid. Till then, the legal ownership lies with the seller, not with the purchaser. But the goods passes on the date of the down payment, goods passes from seller to the buyer. But the legal ownership lies with the seller till the last installment is paid. Each installment includes the interest. This is important. Each installment includes the interest. Then, what are the features of hire purchase system? So this will come from the examination point of view, 5 marks. So there is an agreement between the seller and the purchase. So at the time of the purchase, there is an agreement between the hire seller and hire purchaser. The possession of the goods immediately transfer from seller to the buyer on signing the contract. When the signing the contract, the down payment is made, immediately the goods transfer from seller to the buyer. The hire purchaser makes a down payment, initial payment immediately on signing the agreement and remaining in fixed installment. So first they will pay the down payment, the balance in the number of installment. Each installment includes the interest. Each installment treated as hire charge till the last installment is paid. The hire seller remains the owner of the goods. This is important. The hire seller remains the owner of the good till the payment of all the installments. If all the installment is paid, then only the legal ownership will be transferred from seller to the buyer. Sixth one, the hire purchaser becomes the owner of this good on the payment of the last installment. Once you pay the last installment, the purchaser becomes the owner of the goods. The hire purchaser has the right to terminate the agreement at any time if he is unable to make the payment. If the hire purchaser is not in a position to pay any installment, he may terminate the agreement and say that the goods can be returned to the hire seller. In case the hire purchaser defaults in payment, the hire seller can take the possession of the goods. He can take back them. If the hire purchaser is unable to pay the any installment, the seller has got a right to take back the goods. So both the possibilities are there. If the hire purchaser fails to pay any installment, he may return the goods to the hire seller. If the hire purchaser is in a default, is not in a position to pay the what's called any installment, the hire seller has the right to take back the goods. It is the duty of the hire purchaser to keep the goods in the good condition. This is important. It is the duty of the hire purchaser to keep the goods in good condition till the payment of the last installment. It should be in a good condition. He should see that he must be treated as a owner till the last installment, but he must see that the goods should be in the good condition. It is the responsibility of the hire seller to provide normal service. This is important. To provide normal service to these goods till the end of the agreement. It is only an agreement between the two parties. This is hire seller and the hire purchaser. It is not a credit purchase. On the date of purchase, goods pass from seller to the buyer. Buyer is not the owner till the last installment is paid. The ownership lies with the hire seller till the last installment is paid. Once the last installment is paid, the goods, what's called already goods has been transferred. The legal ownership will be transferred from seller to the buyer. Hope you understand these points. Then, what are the entries to be passed in the books of hire purchaser, in the books of hire seller? When any asset is purchased, what is the first entry? Asset account data to hire seller account. Asset, what is coming in? Asset, debit, what comes in. We have to pay whom? Seller. Seller is a personal account. Debit the receiver, credit the year. What is the first entry? Asset account data to hire seller account. Narration being the cost of the goods. Then, next one, hire seller account data to bank account being the down payment. What's the first entry? Asset account data to hire seller account data to bank account. Then these two entries will be passed at the beginning of the year. Next remaining entry will be passed at the end of the year. Interest of that year. Interest account data to hire seller. We have to pay the interest. Then they will pay that installment. Hire seller account data to bank account. Now how it will go? First, the total cost price. What is the first entry? Asset account data to hire seller account for the down payment. Hire seller account data to bank account. These two entries will be passed at the beginning of the year. Then at the end of the year, the interest will be calculated. What's the entry? Interest account data to hire seller account. That installment is paid. Hire seller account data to bank account. So first one, for the total cost price, whatever the asset you purchase, asset account data to hire seller account, down payment, hire seller account data to bank account. These two entries will be passed at the beginning of the year. Then at the end of the year, start with the interest account data to hire seller account. Then they pay that installment, hire seller account data to bank account. Then depreciation charge on the asset, depreciation account data to asset account. Then both the interest and depreciation transfer to profit and loss account. Profit and loss account data to interest account to depreciation account. So same entry in the next year start with interest. First two entries not, these are first year. For second year start interest account data to hire seller account, then hire seller account data to bank account, depreciation account data to asset account, profit and loss account data to interest account to depreciation. It goes on like this. Only amount will be changed. How the second year start? Interest account data to hire seller account data to bank account, depreciation account data to asset account, transfer to P&L account, profit and loss account data to interest account to depreciation account. So it move on same, only amount will be changed. So these are all the entry in the books of hire purchaser. Now, what are the entry in the books of hire seller? For the sale of goods, hire purchaser account data to sales account or hire sales account. Then for the cash of down payment, bank account data to hire purchaser account. First entry, hire purchaser account data to hire sales account. For cash down payment, we receive the amount, bank account data to hire purchaser account. Then regarding the interest, who has to pay the interest? Hire purchaser account data to interest account. When he receive the first installment, bank account data to hire purchaser account. Transfer entry, because no question of division will come because the goods has been already transferred to the hire purchaser. Interest account data to profit and loss account. Same thing goes for second year, third year. How it starts now? Transfer from the here First two entry is not there. Third entry, start like this. Hire purchaser account data to interest account. Then second installment, bank account data to hire purchaser account. Transfer entry, interest account data to P&L account. So it moves on like this. What is the second year? Hire purchaser account data to interest account. First installment, bank account data to hire purchaser account. Interest will be transferred to profit and loss account. Interest account data to profit and loss account. It moves on, only the amount will be changed. So we have to learn the entry, then it becomes easy for ledger. We'll move on to the ledger now. Madras Transport Company purchase a motor car from Bombay Motor Company on hire purchase agreement on 1/4/2018. Madras Transport Company paid rupees 10,000 cash as down payment and agreed to pay further 3 installment of 10,000 on 31st March every year. The cash price of the car was 37,250. Bombay Motor Company charge interest 5% per annum. The Madras Transport Company rates of division at 10% under reducing balance method. Prepare the following accounts in the books of Madras Company. One is motor car account, one is Bombay Motor Company, next interest account, next depreciation account. We'll move on. Table showing the calculation of interest, including the interest. What's the cost price? 37,250. How much down payment? This is the down payment. Down payment 10,000. No interest is there. 10,000, 10,000. Then you bring out the balance 27,750. First installment. $27,200 every installment we are going to pay 10,000 on 27,250. 5% is 1,363. Out of 10,000 deduct 8,633. It will come 8,637. Now deduct the balance is 18,667. Second installment. Second installment. 10,000, out of that 10,000, 931 gone, balance is 9069, deduct 9544, third installment. So 37,250, how much down payment? 10,000, no interest is there, 10,000 for the cash price. Second, balance is 27,250. First installment, we pay the 10,000, interest is 1,363, deduct this interest, real money is 8,637, that should be deducted. What's the balance? 18,633, second installment, 10,000, out of 10,000, deduct 931, balance is 9069, second installment we paid. What's the balance? 9544, that should be paid. We'll clear off 9544, 10,000, 954, interest is 456. Hope you understand this. Okay. No interest to this. This is the first installment includes the interest. Second installment includes the interest. Third installment includes the interest. We'll move on. Books of Madras Company. We purchase motor car account from Bombay Motor. By depreciation 10% on this 3725. The balance carried down is 33,525. Brought down 33,525. 10% on this 3353. The difference is 30,172. Brought down 30,172. By depreciation 3017. Difference is 27,150. Brought down 27,155. How it is? Motor car account data to Bombay Motor can be purchased from Bombay Motor, who is the seller. Asset account data to high seller account. Motor car account data to Bombay Motor. By 10% on this 3725, carried down, brought down 10% on this 3353, balance carried down, brought down. By depreciation 3017, carried down is 27,155, brought down is 27,155. Now move on. Bombay Motor hire seller account. What's the entry? Hire asset account data to high seller account. Asset account data to high seller account. Then hire seller account data to bank account. Interest account data to hire seller account. Hire seller account data to bank account. Carried down is 18,613. Brought down. By balance brought down. Here 18,603. End of their interest is 931. To bank account, how much you paid? 10,000. The balance is 9554. Brought down. By balance brought down 9554. Interest of that year 456. Totally we pay how much? 10,000. Clear off. How it will be? Asset account data to high seller account data to bank account, interest account data to high seller account to bank account. How it will be? Asset account data to high seller account data to bank account, interest account data to high seller account data to bank account. Then the difference is 18,613 brought down. Interest on this, every year you pay how much? 10,000, 10,000. 10,000. 3 installment and down payment is 10,000 we pay. Totally 30 plus 40,000. The difference is the interest. Hope you understand this. Now, interest account data to high seller account, transfer to profit and loss account. All the 3 entries say interest to Bombay Motor Company by profit and loss account, interest to Bombay Motor Company by profit and loss account, interest to Bombay Motor Company by profit and loss account transfer entry. Then last entry, depreciation account data to asset account, depreciation to motor car account, depreciation account data to motor by profit and loss account to motor car account, 33,000 by profit and loss account to motor car account by profit and loss account. So depreciation is charge, transfer to profit and loss account. If we learn the entries, it becomes so much easy. Asset account data to high seller account data to bank account. For interest account data to high seller account, first installment, high seller account data to bank account, depreciation account data to asset account, transfer entry, profit and loss account data to interest account to depreciation account. This is the first year. Second year start from interest account data to high seller account to bank account, depreciation account data to asset account, profit and loss account data to interest account to depreciation account. So in the books of hire purchase operating entry, first entry, hire purchase account data to sales account. When you receive the down payment, bank account data to hire purchaser account, first installment, hire purchaser account data to interest account. When I receive the what's called the first installment, bank account data to hire purchaser account, interest will be transferred to profit and loss account, interest account data to profit and loss account. Second year starts from interest, hire purchaser account data to interest account. When I receive the cash, bank account data to hire purchaser account, interest will be transferred to profit and loss account, interest account data to profit loss. If we know ledger becomes so much easy, learn the entry properly, it becomes easy for the ledger. Hope you understand. So hire purchase system is a credit system where the goods pass from hire seller to the hire purchaser. On the date of agreement, his hire purchaser is not the owner till the last installment is paid. So each installment includes the interest. So till the last installment, hire seller is the owner. The legal ownership will be transferred once the last installment is paid. By chance, if the hire purchaser is not in a position to pay any installment, he may return the goods to the hire seller. Or if there is any default from the hire purchaser, the hire seller has right to take back the goods from the hire purchaser. Very easy, very easy. One problem will come for 15 marks. Hope you understand. Learn the feature, learn the general entry. It may help you in preparing the ledger. Okay? Hope you understand. This is the first problem of hire purchase. We'll do some more problem hire purchase. Till then, goodbye. Meet in the next class.